Welcome to Community Conversations on 1230 The Bush Real Talk Station, 101.5 and 100.3. Cincy's R&B station, of course, it's 101.1 The Wiz. I am Queen Miss Ebony J here back for another weekend to, again, just celebrating life with you. It's Sunday. We made it through another week and we are ready for I'm super excited today because, it's for me, it's all about women. This is Domestic Violence Month. This is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. This is Bullying Awareness Month. So I'm doing everything I can to bring in the people to talk about their organizations and what they have going on. And today, I have in here with me Miss Desiree, you may know her as the silent poet, Miss Hosley. She's a writer and the director behind the brand. How you doing, Queen?
I am doing so good. And let's also give a shout out to Jory Ann Cotton, who's also one of the writers as well and directors of this play, the Queen's Liberation play. Yes, ma'am.
So I saw the flyer for this event and I was like, hold on, what? We having a Queen's Liberation event and we get to talk about sex without being judged? Hold on, what?
Yes. Yes, we are talking about sex. We are bringing it out for everyone. As Black women, we are the most told that we should not talk about it. We are shunned if we talked about it. And so this is a space that's a brave space that you could come into and have these conversations without feeling like someone's judging you. It's a judgment-free zone. And we get to just sit and talk about sex without feeling like you or no, we ain't. So I'm excited to bring these Black women together for one in a room. Yes, we can all get along with each other in this room. And we can agree to disagree. And it works out perfectly because you get to hear all sides of the stories. And this range, the age range is from 16 to 65 years old, like from all over. We started doing the workshops at the beginning of the year. And because it was via Zoom, we were able to have conversations from women from Ohio all the way to Texas to Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
So these conversations have been going on and they felt so liberated afterwards. And I was like, we got to run it back. We got to do like DJ Khaled. We got to do another one. So yes,
real.
It's happening again.
How did the Queen's Liberation get started, period?
So we have a great, well, I'm on the board and myself and Jory and Cotton are on the board with Queens Village Cincinnati. And Queens Village Cincinnati opens up the conversation when it comes to infant mortality and bringing awareness to reproductive health with Black women, especially Black women, because it has been such an issue, especially with infant mortality. Cradle Cincinnati has a goal of making sure that this information goes out, and they wanted to know how we can do it. And they was like, yo, we're gonna get a whole bunch of powerful Black women together and we're gonna have these conversations. And they were able to bring so many Black women from all around Cincinnati to come together and to open the door for these conversations. And shout out to Meredith, shout out to Jocelyn, the whole Queens Village fam, because of them, the numbers have went down tremendously in Cincinnati. And so they're making great moves throughout the city. And shout out to Cincinnati Children's, UC, all of them.
Yeah, because I see that you have teamed up with different organizations. So I know Queen Village is one. We actually just had Queen Village on a couple of weeks ago telling us about the organization and what they're doing. But just in case my listeners did miss the show, can you give us an update about who Queen Village Cincinnati is?
So Queens Village Cincinnati, the main goal is to help repower Black women. So they want to make sure that they have time to relax. We was just talking about this, just chilling out, because we are always jammed with so many things, and we are super women because we just are, especially as Black women. We are super power, all that. We got that. So while having all of this power, we also need to recharge and give back out into the community, and just wanting to show each other that we can relax, we can get comfortable and just have great conversation. And so teaming up with Queens Village has been tremendous. They had an amazing show a couple of weeks ago when they had all Black women performers, which was huge in the city. And it was just this feel good, come together moment. We all just felt good being around each other. And just saying, I see you, like letting women know that we see you, especially Black women. We see you, we hear you. And so they're changing the world all in just this in the city. Cincinnati is doing it big. So
I know it has changed a lot. I'm so glad to be a part of my city right now, especially when it comes to the women. We
yeah,
are like, we've teamed up, and ever since we've teamed up, we've come more and more unstoppable. So I'm glad for this specific thing that you're doing with the Queen's Liberation Workshop, that you did team up with Queen's Village, because they have doing so many things. I went down to one of their movie nights. And I'm like, oh, wow. I mean, you meet so many great people, and it just gives you that moment. I love that they focus on self-care and giving women that moment to be like, yeah, I'm not being superwoman today. Handle it.
yeah, yes. Which is great. Like they're having a bonfire next Wednesday at 6 acres. So it's like they give all these opportunities like, look, sis, take a break, which is great because we don't take breaks, especially as mothers. We don't take breaks and we just keep ourselves moving. And they're like, no, we want to make sure our Black women got it together, from self-care to doing what they got to do on their job, for providing jobs for Black women.
Yes.
Shout out to them for even bringing Queen's Liberation. Like, I'm a poet. And so we always look for other ways and outlets, and they've done that. And they've built these connections around the city. And that's how we were connected into Contemporary Art Center. It was because of Queen's Village that we were able to get inside of the Contemporary Art Center to do Queen's Liberation story again. So it's exciting to start the workshop. The workshop starts this coming up Thursday, October 14th. We will be at the Contemporary Art Center. You could look at their website to get all the information you need to register, but you also could just show up. Like, do not feel that you can't come because you can't find the registration. Just pop up. We will be there from 5 to 7. Just say that you're there for Queen's Liberation Workshop, and they will tell you where to go. You do have to wear a mask though, because it is still COVID and we still have COVID restrictions, but you do have to wear your mask. But we get to be in person, so come on.
That's great news, because you tired of the Zooming, okay? Zooming is okay sometimes, but like, I wish you was here so I could give you a hug. I haven't seen you in forever.
I know, right?
But sometimes you just need that interaction. You need to feel the energy. You need to feel the love in the room, just to take you somewhere else. Like you just said, I've been in this house. Like, I need to get out and see another smile, hear another heart, hear somebody else laugh besides me.
Yeah, yes. And that's what we're here. And we're here to help Black women reclaim their sex story. And that, because the sex story starts with you. You have to repower yourself and to open up that door and have these conversations. And I call them brave conversations, because if you're not able to talk about it as freely as you should feel, who else you gonna talk about it to? And we don't want people to stray away from it. We want people to actually take it on and understand, like, this ain't for me. I mean, I enjoy watching y'all talk about it, but it ain't about me. It's about y'all. Yeah. It's about my Black women feeling empowered the same way I feel empowered. My mother gave me the tools to feel power when I speak. You feel power in myself and to love myself. And I feel like we give that gift to all the ladies that show up and come and are ready and present to actually share their stories. And this year, well, not this year, before this specific play, we brought in a guest last year, but this year, for the second phase of Queen's Liberation, we will be using the actual women who are in the workshops to actually share their story. So usually we still bring in poets to help tell those stories, but the ladies will get to actually read their story this go around. And so my hope is that women will be like, you know what, I'm ready. Get me on that stage. I want to be at the Black Box Theater on November 12th from 6 to 8, ready to share my story. So I'm hoping that we empower these women to feel good enough to stand up and say, this is my story, and I'm ready to share it.
That's what it's all about. Like you said, got to repower them.
Yes.
This is Community Conversations on 1230 The Buzz, your talk station, 101.5, 101.1 The Wiz, and 100.3 Cincy's R&B station. I am Queen Miss Ebony J, here talking with Ray Hosley, the silent poet. She's a writer and director as well. And I want to just kind of bring you all back just a little bit, because the Queen's Liberation Workshop is actually going to happen on Thursday, this Thursday, October 14th. Make sure you get your tickets. But I don't want to make sure that you don't have any confusion about this. This workshop happens more than once. So kind of break this down for us, Desiree, as to how it goes. Because if I miss the one on the 14th, can I come to the one on the 28th? Or am I welcome to the one on the 21st? Or should I attend all of them for the debut on November 12th? Kind of walk us through the process of how you're putting these workshops together.
So there is 3 workshops that happen, like you said, the 14th, the 28th, 21st, and the 28th. And so the goal is that we hope that like all the ladies will like participate in all 3. But if you just, I know the time is 5 to 7, it's downtown, I understand. So if that feels like too much, I would hope that you guys at least attend one of the workshops. And if you like, yo, I really enjoyed this workshop because we gonna do some painting. I'm gonna have y'all drawing your flower. I got some things up my sleeve. So I would love for you to participate for all 3. But if you cannot make all 3, come to one. We would love to have you in the space. No one will be turned away, no matter how you come. Just come as you are. We like church, the doors are gonna be open. And a free conversation. So I hope that the ladies feel free enough to come, but please come. It's free workshops. Even the debut of the play is free. We would just love for you to just show up because we understand. I know if you don't feel comfortable with COVID, I totally get it. But if you can, it's an in-person workshop and we would love for you to be there. You get to get journals. Who gonna give y'all journals? We giving y'all journals. You get to keep those journals for yourself. So I hope you can come and just participate this event with myself and Jory Ann. We both tag team this out and we do an amazing job of opening the space and making everyone feel comfortable.
So what is it going to be like when we attend? Like, what can we expect when we get there? Is there anything we should bring?
No, you don't have to bring anything. We'll have all supplies there. And we'll even feed you. See, look, we feed y'all. The Contemporary Art Center was like, we're going to feed the people. I'm like, that's what I'm talking about. So you get to eat. So we will have food. We will also have all the supplies there, notebooks, pens. If you want to draw instead of actually write, because I understand that sometimes writing is just too much. If you would like to draw it out, you could draw out your story. We just want you in the conversation and we will just be talking. And when I tell you we'll start talking, me and Jory, we just are there and we let the room control itself. And because we're adults, it goes beautifully. And we just hope that, and it's our first time being in person for this workshop because we just had it on Zoom. And so when it's on Zoom, it's like we got to call on each person. But
yeah,
I think the conversation will flow so much easier in the space. And it's a brave space. You know, you're being brave to have these conversations with us. And so we are welcoming you into that space to talk about sex. I don't know how many times I can say sex on the radio, but
you can say it. Shoot, they sing about it. Hey. But really, because people are so afraid to like say that word. Women, don't feel comfortable talking about it out loud or bringing it up to their friend. However, there are so many questions that a person may have, and or don't things that they don't know from situations that they've inquired in sex, but we can't have those conversations because we're uncomfortable. And so to create this safe space where different women are gonna be able to talk about their own experiences or just how they may feel about it. I mean, now, as far as the play, what can we expect from the play? How will the different things that they do at the workshop contribute to the play at the very end on November 12th?
So the play is a spoken word stage play. And the play will be about, it ranges from, we talk about queen, mother, and princess. We tell the stories of your first time. We tell the stories about, being seen and being heard and people truly understand the things that you go through. We even talk about like rainy nights when you just at home by yourself and you just want somebody to come through. We talk about it all. We don't stop at nothing. We make sure that every conversation that is had within that workshop space is being told and brought to life. And the first time we had to play, we had some amazing spoken word artists in the city. For some, it was their first time even being on stage, which was beautiful. And they took on those poems and was like, no, this is me. This is my story. And so for those people to come, and then also the people that were in the workshop, for them to come and to hear their words, come to life. They was just like, what? Like I said that was me. And to see it with such pride, because we take those stories on as our own. And that was the thought of the Queen's Liberation stage play, is that your story is my story. We both go through the same thing, and we both strive for the same outcome. And the hope is just to feel good, right? At the end of the day, as a Black woman, I want to stand proud in who I am and my sexuality, and love me, and love every piece of me. And so Queen's Liberation story is exactly that. We don't leave anything untouched. We talk about it all. And to have even down to like your first period, and what does that feel like for you as a kid? And what did your mother tell you? What was that conversation like? And so for women to have those conversations out loud and to reimagine, like, yo, I wish my mother would have told me this. And now that I know that, I won't project that to my child. It'd be an easier conversation. And so opening that Pandora's box is just a way of helping other women feel good. And to hear somebody else say something, they're like, oh, that was my story, because that happened to me.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing. It truly is. October 14th, y'all, 5 to 7. Come hang out with us. Come have some conversation. And some food.
And it's free.
And it's free.
That's the part that's like ringing my bell. Like, hold on, this isn't a free event, and you're gonna make it free every week leading up to the actual play, and then the play is free too.
Play is free as well. Only thing you got to pay for is your drink.
So we ain't supplying your alcohol.
But I hope you're able to come, and I hope you're able to see November 12th.
But we got everything.
Yes, November 12th, 6 to 8 is the actual day. Bring your brother, bring your sister, bring your good girlfriends. Make it a full day to just enjoy everything that's going on, and so that you could go home and have conversation. You might not have ever had a conversation with your boo about yourself and your sexuality, but it may open that door to talk about that.
Hold on, but I heard you say bring your brother. So hold on, is men allowed to the Queen's Liberation workshop?
Not the workshop, but they are allowed to come to the play.
Okay, I was about to say we're gonna have to run this back. I'm not about to be talking about sex in front of no man. Okay.
No. This is a brave space for Black women to come together and have these conversations. But for the play, they are more than welcome to come to the play and to hear these stories, especially if you're gonna get on stage. And I understand it's like, wait a minute, I don't want to have that. I don't want to say this in front of any guys.
I don't even want to say sex in front of them.
Right. But that's what this is for. This is so that you are able to stand up proudly no matter what, to have these conversations. And so it'll be inside the Black Box Theater at Contemporary Arts Center from 6 to 8, November 12th. And the workshops 5 to 7 on the 14th, 21st, and 28th. And it's going to be from 5 to 7. And it's going to be us. It's going to be Black folks coming together, Black women coming together and having these conversations. And if you have a young lady that's 16 and up, depending on their parents' permission, they are more than welcome to come into the space as well.
So if you would like to get your ticket, RSVP, so you are, registered for the workshop, tell them where they can go and do that at.
You could go either to the Contemporary Arts Center's page and go to Collab and look for Queen's Liberation in their physical, on their website. And then also it's contemporaryartscenter.org/programs/public programs to register. And if you scroll all the way down towards the bottom, you'll see register for the Collab experience, which is their adult programming. So I hope you come to check us out. I truly do.
I'm definitely going to try to make it, especially at least one of the days, but I'm going to be at the play for certain. So I want to come and see how liberated I could be about my sexuality. I'll be in the building.
I hope you perform too. I hope you perform too.
Oh, now you pushing it now. I don't know about all that now. I'm just playing. But what a collaboration. Again, it's going down. The Queen's Liberation Workshop. Again, being brought to you by Desiree, the spoken the silent poet, who is the writer, who is the director. She's teamed up and collaborated with Jorianne. She's teamed up and collaborated with Cradle Cincinnati, the Queen's Village, the Contemporary Arts Center. So you know this event is about to be crazy. Make sure you come out. Again, it is free, okay? FREE. All you have to do, again, like she said, is go to contemporaryartcenter.org/programs/public-programs and register. I hope to see you. I can't wait. Thank you so much for coming in and telling us all about this event.
Thank you so much for having me. As always, Queen, I love speaking with you. Thank you so much.
I love you
for
too.
creating this platform for us. I'm so proud of you.
Big virtual hug.
Yes.
This is Community Conversations on 1230 The Bush, Real Talk Station 101.5, 101.1 The Wiz, and 100.3 Cincy's R&B station. More community conversations is on the way, but if you would like to be a guest, all you have to do is shoot me an email at msebonyj@radio-1.com. That's missebonyj@radio-1.com. Or you can always slide in my DMs. I would love to have you on. See you next week.